Today we're going to be solving equations that involve multiplying and dividing. Just a reminder, this is a positive x, positive 1, negative 1. So in our first problem we have two x's, and our two x's are going to equal 10 positives. Let's check 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 positives. Well, I want to split my positives into groups because I just want to know the value of 1x. And the way that I do that, I take my 10 and I'm going to divide it into two groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each x has 5 positives. So then 1x would be equal to 5 positives. Let's look and see how this looks mathematically. I took both sides and I split it into two groups, or divided it into two groups. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And when I do that, I'm left with 1x, and that's going to be equal to 5 yellows, or positive 5. Let's try another problem. Here I have 6 x's, and that's going to be equal to 24. So 24. I need to figure out, just like when we did earlier, how much 1x is going to be. To do that, I need to split my 1's into 6 groups because there are 6 x's. So each group, they have 1, there's 2 in each group, 3 in each group, 4 in each group. So each group has 4 1's. So I took my 6x and my 24 and I divided it into 6 groups. So in one group I have 1x, and that x is equal to 4 yellow, which is a positive 4. Let's look at the next problem. Negatives, don't worry, we got this. So I have my 3 x's, but now they're negative x's. So I have 3 negative x's. And that's going to be equal to positive 12. So I have negative 3 x's and positive 12. Well, conveniently, they're all divided up already, so each x gets 4 positives. So we took both sides, we divided it into 3 groups, and we found that a negative x is equal to positive 4. We need to make our x positive, so I need to take the opposite of both sides of my equation. So the opposite of negative x is positive x, and that's going to be equal to, and instead of positive 4, I need the opposite of positive 4, which is negative 4. So negative 3x is equal to 12. I divided by 3, I took the opposite of that, and I get x is equal to negative 4. Let's do another one. So I have 4 x's equaling negative 10 equals 4x. So I have negative 10 equals 4 positive x's. I'm going to figure out how much 1x is by dividing both sides into 4 groups. Well, my x's are easy to divide into 4 groups. And here is my 1's. So now each of them has 2. Uh-oh, we have 2 negative 1's left. In order to find out how much goes to 1, I need to imagine that I'm splitting that negative 1 into 2 pieces. And this negative 1 is split into 2 pieces so they can go to 1x. So I took my thing, I took my equation, I divided it into 4 groups on both sides. And on the right side, I get 1x in one group. Now, because 2x's shared my negative 1, I need to split it into a half. So 1x is equal to 2 negatives and 1/2 of a negative block. So we took 4x and negative 10, divided it into 4 groups. There were 2 whole red squares in each group and half of a red square. So 1x equals 2 and 1/2 of a red square, which is 2 1/2 negatives.